we see two projects on our dashboard page. That's because we have two projects here in projects array. So when we iterate through this projects array, we call projects component twice. Now, as you know, we pass down corresponding data to project component through props. So here, when I call project left, I can add project title, this, props, project data, title, Control S. Now here, project left component, let's receive props as props. And here, props, project title, Control S. And as you can see, project number 1, project number 2. This data comes from the state from the dashboard. So if I replace this string with something else, like build website and Control S to save, works fine. Let's do the same for the second project. Build something else. Perfect. So this data comes from the state. In the dashboard container, we iterate through projects, call project component, and pass down to this component corresponding data from our state. Okay. On the other hand, project component calls project left component and gives it project title as props, which we receive as props here and simply print out. Now, for project left component, we also need tasks, right? So here I'm going to add another props, project tasks, this props, project data, tasks, which we get as props from dashboard container. So now here, project left. Here, let's create new variable, tasks, props, tasks, and map function to iterate through tasks we get as an array through props. Task, return, and what it should return for each task is this element, list item. So let's paste it here. Let's replace this string, task title. We need a semicolon here. And here I'm going to call the variable tasks, this one. Okay, fantastic. We have an error here. Cannot read property map of undefined, which means that props.tasks does not exist. So here, of course, we send the data as project tasks, not tasks. So let's copy this one and paste it here instead of tasks. Project tasks. Control S. Okay, works fine. Here for the first project we have two tasks and the second project has only one task, because if you remember, in dashboard state we gave the first project two tasks and the second one has only one task. Okay, the left side is done. It works quite well. We get the title for each project. We get individual tasks. Works fine. Now let's concentrate on the right side. We have here the calendar. We are going to work on the calendar component in the next video. For now, let's concentrate on the task component here. I'm going to open the prototype and let's think about task component. First of all, position of progress indicator. It depends on the start date of each individual task. Second, width of this component. It depends on duration of the task, and the color, which depends on the progress. So when we call task component, we should provide it with corresponding data, right? We should pass down as props start date, progress, and duration. We also need to pass down initials of team members. For now, let's leave position and the color of our progress indicators, and let's just print out progress and initials. So let's open the project component, and here tasks, and let's iterate through tasks array we get as props from the dashboard. So this props project data tasks dot map task arrow function, and for each task let's call the task component, semicolon here, and here these tasks. Control S. Okay, as you can see, for each task we call task component. Now what we need to do is pass down some data to this component, like progress, for example, which is task progress, and in project task here we should receive props as props, and instead of hard coding 75, let's call props progress. Control S, and as you can see we get progress. Let's actually open Dashboard.js, and let's change this to 50 and this one to 20. Control S. Okay, and as you can see, for each task we get corresponding progress from the state. Now let's work on team members element. We need to send team members data as props, so team members task team members. This way we send an array of team members to our project task component. So here I'm going to define new variable team members, and let's iterate through team members array, which we get as props dot map member arrow function return, and it should return this element, in fact. And here, instead of JB, member, semicolon here, and let's copy this variable and let's put it here. Control S. As you can see, it prints out initials for each task. Let's actually adjust this array here. Let's actually change initials, something like this and something like this. Control S, and okay, it prints out initials properly. All this data comes from the state. Let's actually remove class green from the progress indicator here, and let's leave it for now. Later we will work on position, color, and width of progress indicators. We also need to work on our calendar, but for now let's leave it like this. Actually, let's try to add one more project in our dashboard state, and let's check if everything works. Let's just add some random data, random title, let's say, and yeah, wash dishes. Let's give this task to someone else, like this, Control S. And as you can see, we have the third project here with an interesting task.